Hi, welcome to some MDriven talk. I've been playing around with Unity, which is a game engine, and been creating this world. And I added a empty game object to the world and associated a script that has MDriven to it. So the MDriven script is associated to an empty game object so that it will be created and we can have things in our world. That's model driven. So how this is associated with the game object is that I have an assembly that is, I'm gonna remove this one just to show you how to associate it. And it's actually not add component because in the my assemblies folder I will find a script, and this script I can simply drag onto the root to handle information like this, and then it pops up here, so I see the MDriven try one script. And if I switch to Visual Studio, I see that the class library that I'm building is actually has a target framework of Unity 3.5.NET full base class libraries, and these references a new build of the eco handle interfaces and link extender that also use this. So, but apart from that, you can do anything you want with the model, just as we have looked at before a million times. And what I do then is add a new class that is of mono behavior. That's the Unity thing to be classified as a script, and it has a start that does the init, and the init simply creates the eco space, and this one sets a file name, which actually is just setting a persistence mapper XML and the file name of that. So I have some game data, and then for every time I run this, I will create a new class 1 and set its attribute 1 to yes underscore and the count of how many class 1s there are. And then I iterate over all the class 1s in the model. And for each one I find, I instantiate a prefab from Unity as a game object. So a cylinder prefab. So let's head back to Unity and see what that is. It's found in the resource folder where I put it. So if I would drag it onto the scene, it would look like this. It is a cylinder with a text associated to it. So I instantiate one of these, and then I do stuff with its position, and basically I calculate a new position for it, and so they won't be added at the same place. And then I find the text mesh and I set the text to the attribute 1, which, if you remember, I set to yes and a number. So that's a loop, and in the update I don't do anything really. This is just the first try of getting some model driven data into Unity. So build and build succeed, and then I head back to Unity, and that's compiling the script, because that's using mono developed, so it doesn't actually trust Visual Studio, it just compiles it again. and then I can press play, and now in my game I see that all my class 1s are instantiated as the cylinder prefabs. Okay, so we get a lot of game objects, and they all have the new text associated. So this is yes 3 and yes 4, and I don't see what that is, but I can actually go into it since it's a rigid body. Oops, not easy to see anyway. So this is of course not usable for anything, but it's quite fun to run around to look at the data this way. So if you have any ideas of what you can use this for, send me an email, and I will keep you in the loop what happens with the mono-developed assemblies. So make this bigger to see what happens. So but don't ask me too many questions about Unity, because I don't understand half of it. Just think it's fabulous and pretty fun, and once I guess it will be easy once you actually understand what you do, but I'm not there yet. Oops, these I think are falling over the... why these are jumping, I think it is because they have been created inside the terrain, and then they don't know how to collide. They can't go anywhere. So I think that's why. So of course you might use this to visualize your data, and as I did it now, it's one way, but I guess you could do it two way. There's also a Unity UI that is like a 2D mesh that you could put in the 3D to have UIs with edit boxes and things. And maybe I'll look into that depending on what the needs are for the projects to come. Okay, thanks for watching, and feedback please.